Good morning. Now to our talk. As we know, this week's podcast, Kitabo, starts off with first bringing us a first fruit and making a declaration. And we have to make the declaration. No two ways about it. The declaration is that we're bringing the first fruits in gratitude to God. And that we know that our ancestors were idol worshippers. They were slaves in Egypt. And God took them out of Egypt. And then we also know that the fruits we're bringing are commanded. We have to make tithes for the upkeep of the temple or the tabernacle, to help the priests, the Levites, the poor, the widow, the orphans. In other words, that we're part of a society. And it's very important that we make this declaration out loud, because we're supposed to try to remember this is why God took us out of Egypt. He took us out because he wanted a nation that would follow his law and be a good nation and an exemplar to the rest of the world of what a God-fearing nation is. Now, what's very important here is remember the reason that we exist. As I've mentioned before, God didn't take us out of Egypt just because he had nothing better to do that day, or just to free us from slavery, but to make us a holy nation. And again, a nation that the worst of the world would see us and copy us and improve the whole world. But it also teaches us humility. Yes, we worked hard to succeed in whatever endeavor we are working at. The farmer has done a lot of work to get these first fruits. It didn't come easy. He had to make the effort. But he also has to be humble, that without God's help, he would not have succeeded. And this is the Jewish form of humility. It is not that, well, I can't do anything. I'm so humble. It is that we are to try and strive to do things, to accomplish goals. I know there's a fellow who goes to my synagogue, who was one of the founders of the student struggle for Soviet Jewry. This was a group of young Jews in America who would have massive demonstrations to free the Jews of the Soviet Union, who, of course, were living under a totalitarian regime of communism, and they wanted to free them so they could choose to be Jewish, if they so desired, to give them the ability. Now, if you go to him, he'll say, I didn't do that much. He did a lot. But his humility is that he succeeded because of God, because he knew he was doing the right thing. Abraham Lincoln, in the midst of the American Civil War, was asked if God was on the Union side. He replied, that I can't tell you, but I sure pray that we are on God's side. Civil War was not easy. It was very hard. But Lincoln had the humility to know that his job is to be on God's side and to accomplish many things. Something to think about.